and informative.
Thank you for joining us on the News Machine, the hottest news magazine show on radio. We are reaching you from Hot FM stations in Lagos on 93.3 FM, Hot FM Abuja 98.3 FM, and Hot FM Owerri 99.5 FM. 7 a.m. to 7:15 a.m. Monday to Friday. I am Otobon Nkanta. This morning on the News Machine, why petrol pump price increased to 617 naira per litre, NNPCL CEO explains. House of Reps urges IGP to probe killing of toddler by NDLEA officers in Delta. And DSS says uninformed IPOP lawyers defending Emefiele. We will also be linking up for the voices in the news. The News Machine will be back after this message.
Now you can get your news on. Hot, fresh, exciting, and exclusive. The News Machine.
Reaching you at the same time in Lagos, Abuja, and Owerri. 3 states for the price of 1. Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 7:15 a.m.
The News Machine. More than just news.
Hot FM.
We are more than just radio.
Hot FM News.
Welcome back to the News Machine. The Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Mele Kyari, has said that the rise in petrol pump prices in Nigeria is due to market forces. This follows a price increase from 540 naira to 617 naira per litre, which he said reflects the dynamics of a market-regulated pricing model. His comment came after several NNPCL operated stations increased the petrol pump prices from 537 naira per litre to 617 naira per litre in Abuja. He was addressing journalists after a closed-door meeting with Vice President Kashim Shettima at the State House, Abuja.
What I know is that the market forces will regulate the market. Prices will go down sometimes it will go up, but there will be stability of supply, and I'm also assuring Nigerians that this is the best way to go forward so that we can adjust prices when market goes. I don't have the details this moment, but I know that our marketing wing acts just like every other company in this business. I know that a number of companies have imported petroleum products today, PMS. So many of them are online. I'm sure my colleague will confirm this. So market forces have started to play. People have started having confidence in the market, and the private sector people are now importing products. But there's no way they can recover their costs if they cannot take market reflective costs.
For his part, the CEO of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Farouk Ahmed, attributed the price hike to global crude oil prices increase.
This is like just an encouragement to see that the market is liberated and everyone is free to import so long you are working within the framework, especially in terms of quality. But the pricing, as a regulator, we are not going to put a cap on the price because we are not part of those importing. We are not a marketing company, we are just a regulator. So when you say market forces are working, basically what it is that you can see the price of crude going up. A couple of weeks or so ago, the price of crude was hovering around $70 per barrel. Now it's hovering about $80 per barrel. So of course, the crude price also drives the product price. Because the importers are importing, they are basing it on the cost of importation plus the freight, plus other cost elements in terms of local distribution.
Earlier on Tuesday, the independent oil marketers confirmed the increase in the cost of petrol as they stated that any price shift by NNPCL stations indicated a rise in the pump price of petrol. The House of Representatives has urged the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Ebotukun, to take over the investigation and prosecution of the officers of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency allegedly involved in the shooting and killing of 2-year-old Ivan Onoshe in Delta State. This decision came after the adoption of a motion sponsored by Honorable Unyeme Idem at the plenary. The House emphasized the need for the perpetrators to be brought to justice and called on the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency and all other law enforcement agencies to provide regular training and sensitization programs for their officers. Nigeria's secret police, the Department of State Services, have described the lawyers who filed contempt charges against DSS Director General Yusuf Bichi over the continued detention of embattled former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, as charge and bail lawyers. The service, in a series of tweets posted on its official Twitter handle, noted that the lawyers were headed by an overzealous and uninformed IPOB ESN lawyer. The service said charge and bail overzealous uninformed IPOB ESN lawyer Maxwell Opara mobilizes other like-minded lawyers against DG DSS. Futile effort. Well, Nigerians beware, this is in bad faith transferred aggression. The lawyers were led by Maxwell Opara, one of the counsels to Nnamdi Kanu, the embattled leader of the indigenous people of Biafra.
The director of DSS says, we want to say enough is enough. We have come to file from 48 against him. We have commenced contempt proceedings against him for deceiving, disobeying court orders. Nigeria is not a Benin Republic. We have had several directors of DSSS. He is not the first one, and he is not going to be the last one. So we are filing it, and we are asking that now that it's obvious that he has a personal issue to settle with Emefiele, he should go and sort it out. He should not use Nigeria. He should not use any sign, any purported offense of terrorism to sort whatever problem he had with Emefiele. Just like as I said, Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu was one of those that fought for this democracy through NADECO. Now that he's the president, we want to call upon him as a matter of urgency. He should sack the director DSSS for embarrassing the entire world, for embarrassing Nigeria.
The lawyers filed the contempt charge against Bichi over alleged disobedience to multiple judgments and others of the court directing the release of Godwin Emefiele from the custody of the agency. Owners of prepaid meters utilized by Ikeja and Kaduna Electric companies have been warned that the unupgraded meters will cease to function from November 2024. This warning is coming from the manufacturer Conlog. In a statement published on Conlog's website, it was announced that the meters must be upgraded before November 24, 2024, as the TID identifier for the current meters will be phased out. The manufacturer revealed that this upgrade, known as the TID rollover event, will impact all users of Conlog prepaid meters in Nigeria, as well as other areas in Africa, the Middle East, and South America. Now it's time to get the trendy stories from the News Machine studios at Hot FM 98.3 Abuja. Let's hook up with more news coming from the nation's capital.
Good morning, I'm Tonya Kokodia. Pump prices of premium motor spirits, popularly called petrol, was raised from 537 naira per litre to 617 naira per litre at some filling stations operated by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited in Abuja on Tuesday. Independent oil marketers confirmed the increase in the cost of commodity, as they stated that any shift in price by NNPCL stations was an indication of the rise in the pump price of PMS. The marketers said this is because NNPCL is still the major importer of petrol in Nigeria currently, though other marketers are gradually importing the commodity. The price Tuesday morning at some NNPCL stations is 617 naira per litre. Secretary Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria Abuja Suleja Mohammed Shaibu made the information known to newsmen. Recall that President Bola Tinubu had, during the inaugural address on May 29th, announced that the subsidy on petrol had ended, a development that led to the jump of the price of commodity from 198 naira per litre to over 500 naira per litre on May 30th, 2023. And the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development has confirmed the case of anthrax disease in a mixed livestock farm in Niger State. This is the first animal case to be reported in Nigeria since the beginning of the West Africa outbreak in Ghana in June 2023. A statement made available to Hot FM states that on 13th of July 2023, the sudden deaths of livestock in his farm, with 8 mortality, was reported. However, the FMARD and the Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention are currently working closely with the Niger State Ministries of Health and Agriculture to identify, isolate, and follow up on all exposed persons. And that's all from the News Machine studio at Hot FM Abuja. Over to Lagos.
All right, let's link up with the News Machine studios at Hot FM 99.5 Owerri for the trending news happening in the southeastern part of the country.
Good morning and welcome to our News Machine studios in Owerri. Immediate past House of Representatives member for Olu Federal Constituency comprising Oru East, Osu and Olu, Right Honorable Jerry Alagboso, has said that Governor Hope Uzodinma's performance in office was the key reason he decided to join the All Progressives Congress APC. Alagboso spoke in Owerri at the Simon Bakwe Executive Chambers when he came to present himself to the governor as an APC chieftain together with his supporters, some of who are officials of the opposition political party, the People's Democratic Party. Alagboso, who said he had earlier submitted himself to the leadership of the APC in Abuja, noted that it was necessary to also reaffirm his membership at the state, zonal and local government levels. Hence, he sought the approval of the governor to present himself again. Receiving the former federal lawmaker, Governor Uzodinma, who was represented by his deputy, Professor Placid Njoku, thanked Alagboso for the bold step that he took and the kind words he used on the governor over his performance, and assured him and his supporters of a level playing ground to contribute their own quota in the interest of Imo State and the party. The Commissioner of Police, Imo State, CP Mohammed Bade, has condemned in totality the gruesome murder of Eze Mirioma, a traditional ruler in Abombise, who died while receiving medical attention at Undubisi Hospital after being shot severely in his house on Monday by gunmen. This according to a press statement by the police PPRO Henry Okoye. According to the statement, CP Bade set up a high-powered investigating team to investigate this case and ensure that the perpetrators of this dastardly act are arrested and made to face the full wrath of the law. Abia State government has refuted media report that it has disengaged doctors in the state employee, dismissing the report as fake news. Commissioner for Health, Dr. Ngozi Okoronkwo, who debunked the report, urged members of the public to discountenance it as it is unfounded and deliberately planted by mischievous elements with an intent to discredit the government. Dr. Okoronkwo, who spoke during the flag-off of the free medical services of the ministry at Aba General Hospital, said that the era of owing health workers their entitlement was long gone, as the governor has prioritized prompt payments of salaries and allowances of the workers. The commissioner said that Governor Alex Oti was not in any way contemplating sacking any medical doctor or medical personnel in the state public service. That's all from the News Machine studios at Hot FM Owerri. Back to our studios in Lagos. I am Ifeyinwa Nwana.
Hot FM News.
You are listening to the News Machine, reaching you from our stations in Lagos, Abuja and Owerri, 7 a.m. to 7:15 a.m. Monday to Friday. Let's hear what correspondent Nesasani has for us on Voices in the News.
This is Victor Ifezwe, an oil and gas stakeholder.
Since the regulators are here and us the regulated are also here, what is key is ease of penetration. How to make it easier for some of us to invest? How do we access funds? For us, you all know that getting funds for expansion is difficult. How do regulators make it easy for us to be able to access funds? Especially when it comes to Forex. Everybody who buys a gas tank is buying a Belgium gas tank. Why? We can't afford USD to buy new ones.
And on the foreign scene, a day after pulling out of the wartime grain deal and renewing global fears over food security, the Kremlin has warned that shipping grain out of Ukrainian Black Sea port could be risky in the absence of Russian security guarantees, claiming Ukraine uses the waters for military activities. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov issued a warning on Tuesday amid suggestions that Turkey could step in to protect Ukrainian grain shipment. And now bringing you sports stories, Manchester United have agreed a £47.2 million deal for Inter Milan goalkeeper Andre Onana. The Old Trafford club will pay £43.8 million upfront for the Cameroon player, with an additional £3.4 million in add-ons. Manager Erik ten Hag moved for the keeper at the end of the season after previously working with him at Ajax. Remember, you can listen to more episodes of The News Machine and watch videos of news stories online at hotfm.ng. And that's all we have for you in today's edition of the News Machine. Thank you for listening and do have a lovely day ahead. Good morning.